My f30 patience is growing thin with distracted/lazy BF m32. Me and my BF have been together for 4 years, and his forgetfulness part has always been a factor in our relationship. However, his laziness and lack of organization is really starting to throw up red flags about the future. One of my biggest issues is his lack of organization or prioritization with important shit. He hasn't filed taxes in 4 years simply because he keeps forgetting, needed to call the IRS first. At this point, I am concerned he is going to end up owing one of these years and get a hefty slap on the wrist. He also failed a class paid for by his job because a new game came out and he just let the homework pile up until he got kicked. He never knows where important papers are, loses important receipts, misplaces expensive items, misses appointments. He has missed more appointments than he has went to in the past 4 years. He has none of his bills on autopay, and I swear every month he's getting slapped with a late fee because he can't seem to stop and think, will I have enough money in my account for this or that? Bill, if I buy this right now. It just seems to completely slips his mind every month. Despite this, he has a full-time well-paying work-from-home job. He does tasks around the house like dishes, trash, and sweeping, but he will likely never organize or deep clean an area in the house or in his car. He isn't a slob by any means. He does well at his job, but I'm feeling really frustrated by his lack of agency and getting shit done. I have to remind him to take his medication nearly every day, sometimes waking him up at night. I have to write appointments down in 3 different places. I write out a calendar for him every month. He never checks it and says he uses his phone, but apparently that isn't working. It took my 2 years of constant nagging to get him to have a precancerous lump removed on his body that had been there before he met me. I've been pushing for the dentist, but it's so hard to call around and schedule. He works an easy job from home. Some days there are no calls and he can AFK and wait for emails. Due to this, he gets to play video games all day. And I mean all day. Even after work, that is what he is doing all day. He swears he just has no time for all his responsibilities, but there are hours of the day he could be cleaning something, making some phone calls, cooking a meal instead of playing games when he has a slow day at work. Like the days his only task is to listen to a 7-hour seminar, not like he takes notes. Meanwhile, I work a 40-hour physically demanding job. Sometimes my shifts are 12 hours long. I'm also a part-time student and run a side business. I have zero free time, especially this semester at school while I finish my degree. This isn't a brag. This is a cry for help. He promised he would take on more responsibility, like making more meals, doing more of the house cleaning, helping me keep track of appointments and bills because I am completely swamped and hate carrying the mental load of remembering everything. Doing things like scheduling an appointment for someone to come look at our plumbing. It's not happening. He's just sitting at his desk playing games all day and even after work, complaining that there isn't enough time in a day. We had a therapy appointment this evening, and I had to cook dinner tonight after work. It completely slipped my mind, and he didn't remind me. And you know what? It's always me that does it. So we got slapped with a $150 late fee, and he told me earlier that he was broke because he also forgot to pay his car on time. He was supposed to refinance his car last year. I assume now he is just never going to, and he can barely afford the payments because he didn't read the fine print. So now I'm covering the missed appointment fee and part of his car payment. I know he will pay me back, but this could have been avoided. I make a third of what he does. I don't know what to do. I assume he has ADHD, but it's not like he tries to do anything for it or get diagnosed. He's against meds as well. Whenever I bring this up, he gets incredibly frustrated and defensive, and it turns into him pointing fingers at what I can do better. I've tried wipe-off boards, a shared schedule, a cleaning chart. They don't work if you forget to check them. If you or your partner are like this, what can you do? What helps? I am not against video games by any means, but when he's playing them 12+ hours a day in areas of his life are feeling apart, I think he needs to throttle and focus on important shit. I think he needs to take a break or only play a few hours in a day. How can I talk to him about this in a way that won't make him shut down or feel bad about himself? It's gotten worse. At one point, he was much more organized. I try not to nag him much, but I wonder maybe I need to. TLDR, BF has gotten lazy, misorganized, and is constantly forgetting important shit. I feel swamped trying to carry the mental load for both of us, and I'm feeling as if I can't rely on him to be an equal adult. I need some advice on what I can try to get us functioning better, or where I should respectfully put my foot down so that I don't come across as naggy.